back, baby. Finally 2013 time. It has been way too long since I last did this, but we're back. With some actually really solid D&B from an absolute legend. My attention with this song and it all just never hang with me. It rather lost instantly. I wish this wasn't so freaking dated, bro. It could have been good without it's being such a freaking ear rape because of those warps. Funny name, but it's not that interesting. Hip hop is back again and it's an actually good one. Super fun. This remix is actually part of a Days to Come remix episode package thingy. This is the Dead Battery one, but there's also another one made by Oliver's, but we'll get to that when we get there. Claypax is back again, baby, with such a freaking banger. But sadly, it's also their last song on the label. After then disbanding kinda, and then coming back as the Tech Thieves in 2016. But we'll get to that when we get to that. The debut of some absolutely legendary artists in Culture Code. It's not bad though. It's definitely feeling its age now, to say the least. This one is actually just called It's Still... No, it's alright, but it's, yeah. NCS asked Kylie Rich to promote his remix of Adventure Club's song Wait. This is the remix of it. However, it was actually never on the label, and this one's just ended up as a forgotten one. For some reason. Probably because the song is pretty bad. Oh god, here we go again. The first appearance of some pretty well-known NCS artists. Smoothies for me, aka Holly Drummond, and System, aka Elliot Berger. And Elliot Berger is currently known as Tolomic, if you're wondering. And he had more appearances, and Smoothies for More, aka Holly Drummond, also had more, but we'll get to that when we get there. My boy Mites is back, let's go, dude. The world is safe again. I don't know anything of more, but his remix of Crivella's Alive definitely is not that good. I don't really know a ton about Sean Mackey's remix of Jacob's Blinding, but it's indeed a really atmospheric and chill one. Chilled. Yes, only 1 month later we got another Culture Code promotion, except this time it's with Brandon Mathias, who also has some more appearances on the label. And it's their first time doing house on NCS, to say the least. And they will make more of it in 2014 and 15, but we'll get there when we get there. I have really forgotten about the Curious Control remix of Days to Come, by 7 Lions obviously, but I already talked about the Curious Control being the same person as Oliver's, so technically Oliver's was on NCS, same with Corn and Beans, in 2011 debuting on NCS, but he is actually Space Laces, so we technically got Space Laces on NCS back then. Pretty weak for Mites standards, but it's definitely not bad. K391 again, I just wish I cared more for this song, but it just doesn't really stick with me. Oh yes, Matrix debut, Vinakava's debut, and the only appearance of this specific visualizer, and the last one to not have the visualizer we know today. Oh my god, what a freaking banger this song is. Ah yes, the first ever NCS song to feature the circle. And it's obviously Soundnaps and Charles Rose Ellis song, A Single Step. Introducing also the only time the Rusted Circle had the royal blue color. I wish they brought it back actually for some reason, or kept it longer at least, because it does look stinking neat. Ah yes, the debut of T-Mass, probably one of the most memed artists, to say the least, on the label, and we all know why, but we'll get there when we get there. Also the song is pretty cool, and it's also called Beauty in Thirds. Another Mites song, this time it's also the first appearance of the Cyan Circle, and the first appearance of the Rusted Circle we know. And the first few uploads all had the exact same background on NCS. Or to say at least the circle ones. Also, the song is pretty beautiful by itself. It's one of Mighty's weaker songs, to say the least, though. Oh man, Steiner and Schoenberg Sis. Again with a return of Brandon Matthews. The debut of the Yellow Circle and a tribute to bodybuilder Sis. Absolutely legendary song, love it. .xc is back on NCS with his remix of Carousel's song Stay Awake. And it's technically the first drum step song to be labeled with Circle. Also, the song is an absolute banger. Oh man, the debut of this background which was used a grand total of 11 times on NCS. And also, both Marco's and Angel Taylor's debut for Wook returned multiple times this year again. And also Paris Blom's one. And this is one of the two tributes to Paris Blom's sister, Chloe Blom, who passed away in, I think it was 2012 or something, I'm not sure. You can tell me in the comments, but yeah. This and Paris Blom's song Presence, also with Angel Taylor, were both tributes to her. And she also was a musician. Our song is pretty cool, by the way. Oh no, this one. This is Paul Atrocity's 1 Second to Go, which is actually a literally stone version from Paul Atrocity of Flixcor's bootleg of Syncdiversity's bootleg of Flixcor's song 1 Second, and Paul Atrocity blatantly stole it and slapped his name on it. And the song itself is pretty bad. Also, this song was planned to become an NCS release, but then the thing with this Stone song was found out, so yeah, it just kinda didn't happen. Steezy Fields, Keep It Real, or whatever the hell it is the second last hip hop song on NCS, and it literally only lasted a day. I don't really got a whole lot to say about Mr. T's Illusions. It's just a great song and nothing else. Pretty underrated as well, by the way. I know, I skipped Get Hyper, but I was afraid of the music video being copyrighted, just as the song. Speaking of this song, it's Urban Stab Severe. It's actually one of my favorites of the year. Really sick melodub. Also, it's the only time. Also, this is intentionally a SoundCloud promotion, but in here this would technically be the only blue circle with this background. Boy, you don't know how much I hate this specific remix of Mandy Capristo's The Way I Like It. The Way I Like It doesn't exist here. But I do have a fun fact for this. This actually was planned to be promoted in February, but it was delayed to be promoted in March. This was the final promotion or release, whatever the fuck you wanna call it, from Paul Atrocity on NCS. And technically the first Bloodshop song on NCS. Also, this was converted into a release in, I think it was June 2014, but after the incident with 1 Second to Go, it was also speculated that We Going On also was stolen, so they deleted it to not risk anything. Ah yes, the debut of one of my favorite NCS artists, the two Friends. However, the remix of Back to New is just alright. And oh boy, the amount of times this background was used for the Yellow Circle, you don't wanna know. Also SoundCloud promotion, but this technically was Siren Soul's debut on NCS. Really funky remix and a great way to spin the Two Friends song. Your song. Well, it's not my song, it's the Two Friends. Underrated as fuck. It also came out in 2012 and was promoted a year later. Also, Chloe Emerson had actually quite the ride, like literally ride. She went from a singer to I think it was a radio moderator and then a corn star. Oh man, Nova by Airix. The first song to be deleted because of an expired contract. That happened in 2017. But yeah, the song amassed like what, 82 million views on NCS. And was the most, like one of the most viewed NCS songs at the time. But yeah, then the incident with the contract happened and it was quickly history. Oh my god, the memories. I don't got a lot to say about this. It's just a nice debut and remix from Sparky. Also, he had another song later on. The final time I think the Science Circle was featured on his background. Also, oh my god, Sizzlebot absolutely nailed this catchy remix, dude. So beautiful. The debut of Annie Wet, and it is with none other than Mitis again. And it unexpectedly went the heavy route here, and the song is an absolute slapper. Oh yes, babe. Works 1230 is another NCS SoundCloud promo, and it sampled ABBA's song Gimme Gimme Gimme, which was sampled by Madonna when she made Hung Up, and then was sampled by Overwork for 1230. It's very fun, kind of reminds me of Insane Like for some reason. Charlotte Henning's debut, and the only time we see this background with the Science Circle. And Fallen also was an NCS release, but it was deleted in 2016 because of the spoken word sample thingy, referring to religion and offending some people, and NCS didn't want that. Sad song wants me to cry, by the way, so beautiful. Technically, Floating, aka this song, is Tobu's debut on NCS. And what a great one it actually is. It's a bit boring in my opinion, but dude, the nostalgia, bruh. Also, fun fact, this was apparently released under the Floating EP by Tobu, and the original had the vocals from Krivilla's song Alive slapped over it. And there never even was a Floating EP. Coming Home is still rumored or being said that it's the first NCS release, but no, it's not the first. It's just a promotion that was converted into a release, and it's the longest lasting release right now. It's sitting at around 11 years and a few months. Also, the song's pretty okay, I guess. This isn't actually the right title, aka Tetris Space The Light featuring Vila. It should be, because it is a remix, System The Light Tetris featuring Vila Tetris Space Remix, because it is a remix and not an original song actually, but NCS just kind of messed up crediting it there. Also, this was back in 2022, claimed to be the longest absence of an NCS artist, because Tetris Space needed a whopping 9 years to come back again. But we'll get there when we get there. I had to force this shit in because the place I'm using didn't really have this song. But yeah, Beam by Mako. Fucking classic. For a long time it was copyrighted because of the Danik remix on Mako's song Beam, which barely changed anything. And then in June it was stolen by, I think it was Sunset Symphony or whatever it was called. And that caused a content ID on this song. So it's like a similar story to Violent DNB. Tom Reason, you fucking nailed this remix. Like, I don't even like the original Love, but Jesus. Dark Progressive House done right. You got it, mate. It's a song. K391 again, another SoundCloud promotion. Rich Duck in 2013 it's called. And it's a song. Oh yes, Razio's remix of Krivilla's Come and Get It. Back at the time, the most popular NCS promotion. It sadly was never converted into a release, but then deleted in December 2014. Which is pretty sad because it would have been so cool if this banger actually stayed on NCS. Not Bisu's only appearance on NCS. Not only did he remix I Need You, also released remixed something else in February 2014, but we'll get there when we get there. Oh yeah, Culture Code had some heavy remixes. The first heavy remix they did was the one of Young London's Broken, and it's an absolute slapper. That's crazy, 2K391 songs in a single freaking month. Well, the title Brim Lake 2013 actually translates basically into brotherhood. So that's pretty cool. Let This Go is the last time we saw Stan SB under this alias, and then he came back later on this year with Sandblast, I think it was, and it has a specialty, and under Fox Stevenson as well. Cheese and Metal would rather be something that doesn't fit on spaghetti, but rather should be a meal for Optimus Prime. Believe it or not, but T-Maz actually was a relatively loved artist back in the day, until, you know, the 2017 came around. And yeah, however, his remix of Reasons to Forgive never really stuck with me that well. Oh yeah, you all know this one. I'm betting my whole ass money wallet, it's empty, that literally everyone watching this knows this song or heard it at least once, because it's Blank by this figure. Ah yes, Prototype and Carnage remix of Running to the Sea. Okay. Freaking long ass title. Yes, this is the same Carnage who made El Diablo. Go figure. Betting my money on it again that you all know the song. Fun fact, however, this is one of the most remixed NCS songs, having a remix in 2013. Anyways, back to the topic. I'm dying right now inside. But yeah, this was remixed by Gabriel, Drew, and Bloom in December 2013. We'll get there. And then a whopping almost 11 years later by Always Myron in the NCS 13 co-op. This was originally promoted as James Roger High Kid Fisto. No, it is actually Kid Fisto's remix of Jamal Rogers' song High, but it was again promoted as one song and a collab. And holy hell, you gotta believe me, this High is so much better than JPB's one. Believe it or not, this is another SoundCloud promotion. You're Heaven by Infinite Soul featuring Glacium. And I forgot the other name. But yeah, it's the first NCS song to feature a duet vocal, aka two featured artists. Siren Soul again, this time with a remix of Brandon Mathias' song Overcome. Beautiful remix and turned a relatively boring trance song into a freaking masterpiece. Technically, this is the first time that One Republic was on NCS. Extends debut on NCS, and he had another promotion later on. And yeah, New World is just beautiful. But it's not as good as the other New Worlds, but we'll get there when we get there. One of the most hated NCS promotions at the time. Obviously, I'm talking about Spaghetti's Human remix. But yeah, to me it's not that bad. Indeed, in fact, it's an absolute freaking beast of a song. Mortiflux Imperfection is another SoundCloud promotion. But Jesus, you gotta appreciate that background, dude. It is mostly Space Thief anyway, and this is like one of the last songs Mortiflux had under this alias. Casper's first ever appearance on NCS, and he had a release in February 2014, but we'll get there when we get there. However, both got deleted. Horizon was planned to become a release, however, it and Steps were deleted because of Casper wanting to go independent. Which is sad because both songs are beautiful as fuck, and I prefer this one. This is the other appearance of X10 on NCS, which is his remix of Morning Pages in the Air. It was uploaded as X10's drum and bass remix. Believe it or not, it's the only version of it. I wish I got into this one, but I just never was able to. Revolution Love really was kinda ruined here. Not that revolutionary of a song though. K391. Listen. At this point, I'm not even giving a shit about SoundCloud promotions right now. I'm just skipping them at this point. But yeah, Racial again. This time with Homesick. I really got a lot to say about this song. A bit of history again, mate. Firefly by Submatic isn't the only Firefly that was on NCS. You know, Jimmy Yosef's Firefly. And Champion, yes, the guy who apparently debuted in 2018 with his remix of Stronger, which he didn't. And also had a collab with Skrillex and Fortet, I think, recently. Was a part of Submatic. That's wild. My ears kinda went down low here, but the song's a banger and I don't give a fuck if my ears died here. One of the rare cases I actually prefer the remix over the original song. Draper really did improve Torship's Best Ever by so much, like seriously, what a beautiful remix. I just wish he came back again, man. It's probably my favorite song of his anyway. Probably the funkiest dubstep song on NCS at the time, and obviously it's by Ramses B. And the spaciness is definitely fitting with the title Asteroid. Culture Code again with a Your Addiction remix. It's part of another package, I assume, because there's multiple Your Addiction remixes on NCS. We'll get to the other one later. But yeah, this one never really stuck with me. It's sad that this is Mighty's final song on NCS, and Jesus Christ, his send-off is so amazing. The original Ascension is incredible in a parallel universe. Well, Mighty's just took it and made it 10 times better. This just proves why the two friends are some of my favorite house artists of all time. Like, Come Alive on its own is already a pretty good song, but the two friends just made it so much better. Skyline is another one of the few NCS songs from 2013 that didn't get deleted or privated or whatever. Well, I don't mind the song, but it's just feeling its age now. Marvin Divine's debut on NCS, and with one of the only official music videos as well. Well, I guess it's a decent hip-hop song, but yeah, nothing compared to Motherfucker. Must Died was on NCS, yes, with this I'm Alive remix, which actually goes pretty hot, what the hell. And Ray Volpe as well, with a VIP of Tisoki Diamond Eyes MXEII. Or I forgot what number that is, I think 2013. Well, yeah, just like the original, this is too screechy and weird for me. Dude, so many names this month. Rootkid as well, with a remix of Chris Talks Letting Go, who will debut later on NCS. Well, it's a fine remix, it's just not as good as Rootkid's other songs. And the two friends are back again to save this month. Like, Sedata is probably my favorite of these, and probably my favorite 2013 song on NCS at least. Fox Stevenson is finally back on NCS under his Fox Stevenson alias. And yeah, NCS definitely did experiment a lot with the visualizer here by making the logo look the exact same as the circle. It really looks ugly, but the song is a banger. Dualistic debut on NCS with the one, but we wouldn't really hear a lot from him until his return in 2023 with The Light, and with Andromedic and Murdoch. Bone and Skin's remix of Vandalism's Anywhere Else Tonight really is a vandalism to my ears. Nasty Attacks remix of Your Addiction. I never said I liked it though. Yes, PFRRT and Swellable and Cryawolf on NCS with We Are. Well, I'm gonna drop a bomb here. I never really liked the song, I'm not a fan of the vocal chop in the drops. High maintenance as well with Smash Brothers, and easily his best. Like, these drops are absolutely crazy. Technically, Sorrel was on NCS, but Synix remixed the song Feel the Melody. Really cool DNB, by the way. Really cool. Colin McLaughlin and Astronics Broken doesn't really leave me broken like Monday, but it's not bad by any means. I really enjoyed the song. Ramses B again, this time with his remix of his CDR's something. I don't got a lot to say here, it's just clean. The only reason Primer by Wiener Cover was deleted is the fact that the background is actually copyrighted. Well, the circle is also almost dying here, as you can see, almost like it's on future bots, but the song is a freaking banger. Don Diablo, Starlight now gets also remixed as well by Colin McLaughlin. I mean, it's a fine remix, it doesn't wow me that much though. Also, yes, this is the same Don Diablo who made the Royalty remix, also in 2023. This time, we finally got Desmi on our NCS with My Sunshine. I mean, it's probably his second worst on NCS. It's just not for me. I'm sorry. Who told you all to dislike Even as Song Tell? Like, it's actually pretty nice and chill. Though I can totally get the hate on that. I just find it nice, but it doesn't wow me. Vendetta's Don't Stop featuring Coda is one of the most heavily cut songs on the whole label. Well, the OG is almost 5 minutes long, but the version on NCS is only like 3. Tech again, after making the first ever progressive house on NCS, the genre really is going up and up and up. Well, this time with Freedom. It's a decent house tune, I guess. It's kinda existing, I guess. Kuzawa's Don't Hold Me Back remix definitely earns the award for having the most beautiful background on the whole label. Like, I want this as a wallpaper ASAP. So good. Culture Code again. This time with a remix of Sedated, which doesn't beat the original in my opinion, actually. I know this is a bit of a hot take, but it really doesn't. Ah yes. Marcos Our Story. The song that's so copyrighted people have to mute it in their rankings. Let's Fly Away Part 2 on NCS. Interesting, I guess, because the first part, which is much better by the way, isn't on NCS. But yeah, I never liked this song. It's so weird and messy. Yeah, the lyrics are pretty terrible because this is an Eric Chord remix of Diamond Pistols and Anna Yvette's song Twerk. You know, that's why the lyrics are about twerking. Well, yeah. Eric Chord actually nailed it here, and it's so different from his original trap style and actually slaps really hard. Just like he slapped Milk Pre. Yes, this is Virtual Ride on NCS, what you're saying, but with Troublemaker, and it's some really fun Moonbcore. He would get to have one actual release on NCS, but it just kinda didn't work out with copyright and stuff and was deleted a year later. Laszlo, the GOAT, debuts on NCS with Nothing Yet. Nothing Yet does kind of fit though, because as a record label, NCS hasn't achieved anything that mind-blowing yet, so yeah. Patrick Kriza is arguably one of the most hated artists on NCS because he made Chasing Fire and Choices, but Take Me Away is actually good, in my opinion. It's some basic melodop, but it's not bad at all. It still baffles me on how bland you can make a remix of Marcos All Story. Am I right, Tech? I mean, My Heart is just a classic at this point, really. But it's actually deleted on SoundCloud, meaning it actually was planned fuck, I moved my mouse. It was actually planned to be the lead of NCS, but it was converted into release anyway, so this is the lost SoundCloud release, basically. So much culture code, bro. Also, this is the last time you'll see this background on NCS, and the the second time actually, of Trance Step appearing on NCS, because Yes Did Work remix was Trance Step. No, I can't feel you. You're not next to me, Serotic. Oh my god, Submatic. Stories Can Wait with Asteroid Destroyer. Resistance Start Your Engines is... It's funny how people can appreciate a literal house beat with some random engine noises on top. It's funny. Just to Jens, chasing a Song of Fire and Ice was actually a SoundCloud promotion, or at least the vocal edit by Sarah Stone, and Vendetta remixed it and got on the official channel, which is kind of funny because the original isn't there. It's a huge guilty pleasure of mine, such a banger. The most heavily cut song on NCS, you know what it is, Explode by Worm, which is actually 8 minutes and 8 seconds long, but so heavily cut that it's only like 4 minutes and 30 seconds, which is absolutely nuts. And from this song on, ladies and gentlemen, NCS actually became a record label. From here on, we would get so many releases. And Time Leap by Aerocord is the song to introduce us to the very first ever NCS release, boys. Some really clean tech step. Get out. I know Alive by Television USB actually has a different background than this, because it's still not really known actually what the correct background was. But yeah, this song only lasted 1 day or something because of the vocal samples being stolen. Gabriel June Bloom's remix of Shine is actually a converted promotion into an NCS release, but they did do promotions until March 2014, but we'll get there when we get there. Also, the remix is amazing. Fox Stevens better now. He managed to introduce a very fun looking NCS visualizer. I feel like they put said visualizer under a hydraulic press. Also, the song is a banger. X-Cause and Fitch Lace gets the award for arguably being the most messy drum step song I have ever heard on NCS. And the final NCS release of 2013 goes to Venomy and Asna featuring Double Take, Rain. And again featuring the squashed NCS visualizer. This is the final time you would see said visualizer, and the song is so good, by the way. One of my favorites on the label right now. Or at least it was the youngest 2013 release on NCS. Because we also got K391 Dreams of Something Sweet, which it got deleted in 2018 because of the vocal sample. Oh my god, I completely forgot about half of the songs in here. This is the final release of 2013 now, this time, big time. Well, yeah, 11 years of Last Law being on NCS now is kinda crazy, and it's cool how relatable a song title can be. I mean, Imaginary Friends.